Joining me today is the principal of United Theological College, Reverend Kennedy Gondangwe, and faculty, Reverend Dr. Leve Kadinge of United Theological College in Harare, Zimbabwe. It's a pleasure to be with you both. How are you both doing?
Fine. Fine, Andrew. Thank you very much. It's such a pleasure to have a conversation with you.
Thank you. Tell us, Kennedy, what is the situation like in Zimbabwe at the moment with all this global crisis and pandemic going on?
Yes, the situation in Zimbabwe currently is not so much about the coronavirus pandemic. Of course, like any other nation, we have been impacted by the virus, but the major challenge, as it were now, is the issue of food insecurity. Our people are so hungry, and as you might be aware, we have a regime or a government that distribute food on partisan line. It only gives you food, or you have access to food, when you belong to a particular political party. And this has been a real problem for our people. And the lockdown that has been put in place is now meaningless because people are disregarding that. They will say we rather die of COVID-19 than to die of hunger. So the situation in Zimbabwe is not very good, as it were, in terms of food security. Further to this, Andrew and colleagues, a few days ago, we had forced abductions of opposition members. 3 girls who belong to the opposition were demonstrating against hunger and were arrested by the police. Next, they were handed over, perhaps. We don't know what happened. It's still a mystery. But for 2 days, they were tortured, where they were put in a pit, where they were poured cold water on, where they had their feet beaten, and everywhere. They were tortured. They were subjected to inhuman conditions. And they were dumped at a roadside in the rural areas about 80 kilometers from Harare. And this has become a topical issue where we are having a common invisible enemy of COVID-19, but we have a government that is also becoming an enemy to its people through forced abductions. And the situation and the mood in the country is quite bad because people are angry.
Wow. Dr. Kadinge, that's some very powerful stuff that Kennedy's just shared with us. You've been a staunch critic of this government in Zimbabwe and Mugabe's government, and you've even authored a book, Doing Theology in a Society of Turmoil, where you talk about how you can be the church during some of those situations. I know you've faced some personal serious difficulties throughout your career of criticizing the government. Could you share a little bit about that experience as you, throughout your life, have fought for justice?
Thank you, Andrew. It has been very difficult and very dangerous because I, for one, was arrested 5 times. Not because I'd done any crime, but because I was talking on behalf of the people whose rights had been trampled upon, and the government saw it fit to arrest me. And on all those occasions, they just acquitted me without a charge at all. And arresting someone, the government thinks they are destroying you. But once you have arrested, you have been arrested, it's like a license. You want again to be arrested. And it goes on like that. But because you will be saying the truth and you will be speaking on behalf of the people who are suffering, it's worth it. your rights are abused, but people are happy because they found someone who can speak on their behalf. Yes, indeed, it was started with Mugabe, and now we have Mnangagwa, but these governments are not different at all. It's just a continuation of the same thing.
Mm.
They are not listening to people. As Reverend Dr. Gondongo has just said, all the things are done in partisan. Abductions are being carried up, and we cannot see a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just cruel, and we are not happy at all.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Kadenge. Kennedy, you're the principal at one of Cliff College's closest partners. Many of our viewers may not know the extent of this work and what that looks like practically. Could you just share with us and share with those who are watching what that partnership looks like and how that has made an impact on United Theological College?
Thank you very much, Andrew. We are a partner of Cliff College, and this reality came as a great awakening to UTC, or United Theological College, and all its structures. The awakening was in various areas. To start with, the partnership with Cliff College exposed us to cross-cultural ways of doing theology. Whereas before, we have been kind of monolithic, and our theology revolved around our experience as a people. But this partnership has allowed us to engage with our colleagues at Cliff College, to work together, to collaborate together, to dream together. And that process has cross-fertilized our ideas of being a church. And since that partnership, we are no longer the same because we have become open to various truths. Whereas yesterday, we only had one truth. Now we know that truth is very relative, and it's also very wide and deep. So this is one of the benefits of our partnership with Cliff College. But apart from that, the possibility with the Cliff College of us as United Theological College represented in their own way of doing things. Because this partnership has made that we as United Theological College, we become ambassadors of Cliff College in Zimbabwe. And Cliff College has become our ambassador in the great United Kingdom. So we are present where we are absent. So this for us, this is a great opportunity that we look forward that it will fertilize and get to fruition very soon. Lastly, Andrew, we don't want to minimize this. Whereas as a United Theological College, we bring into the partnership what I would refer to as social capital. But Cliff College has come into this partnership with financial capital. And in many ways, we have been helped to be where we are. And this partnership, although they have injected substantial amount of money into our well-being, the most important thing that they have done to us is for us to realize that we will never continue or we will never be ever relevant unless we open up to online and e-learning. This we have never dreamt about. For us, we have always said it's e-learning is not for us because we don't have the gadgets, we don't have the infrastructure. We have always compelled our people to be resident in college. But yet the circumstances now require that many of our people become scholars from wherever they are. And this partnership have raised our flag. It have raised awareness about UTC. It has also raised our imaginations. And for this, we will be ever grateful.
Thank you, Kennedy. And on behalf of the college, we're very grateful for the partnership as well. And I think this is no more true than our partnership with UTC, that this is truly a partnership. And we have gained so much value as a college through the experience you offer our students in the immersion trips, through the gatherings that we have in places like Johannesburg, through the sharing and being colleagues with us as we both journey on this new thing around e-learning. So thank you for being our partner. Thank you both for being with us. You've given us a lot to pray for. And you can trust that our viewers will indeed be praying for the situation in Zimbabwe. And we ask that you also watching at home pray for this partnership between Cliff College and United Theological College. Thank you both.
Thank you very much.